So, hi everybody, Teacher Zdenek here. I'm recording another halftime show, and I'm doing so on two different platforms. I'm recording on my YouTube channel as well as I'm going live on my Instagram. So, I hope you guys enjoy this. We are going to talk about a match between two sides that are united, obviously, Newcastle United and Manchester United. So far it's going quite well for Newcastle United because they are 1-0 up in the half time, and we're gonna talk about this game as always. I'm not gonna really be reviewing the game as such, although I may say a few things here and there, but instead I've got a lot of notes here. Can you see my terrible handwriting? A lot of highlighted words, a lot of vocabulary. This is something that the commentators used during the football commentary, and that's exactly what I'm talking about here. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you learn some new vocabulary with me here. So let's start. Harry Maguire got away with his mistake. So if you get away with something, that means you escape punishment. So Harry Maguire, the Manchester United defender, made a mistake and he got away with it, which means his mistake wasn't costly. Yeah, it didn't prove costly. It didn't cost him a goal. It didn't lead to a goal for Newcastle. He got away with his mistake. Okay, if Newcastle United had scored a goal in that situation, then we could have said that Harry Maguire didn't get away with his mistake. All right. Shaw might just escaped booking. Shaw might have just escaped booking, I think it was. So if you escape booking, it's something similar to the previous example actually. A booking is when a player gets a yellow card. It's just another way to say basically if you get booked, you get a yellow card, and booking it's just the act of receiving the yellow card. And if you escape it, you get away with it. You don't Shaw didn't get a yellow card. Yeah, he escaped the booking. Um, okay, so in the 7th minute, Newcastle scored their goal, which I thought was an outstanding goal. This was a top drawer goal out of this world. What a fantastic goal by Saint Maxima. And the commentators described it as Saint Maxima in the 7th minute has given Newcastle a leg up, which I really like. So a leg up, it's like help or advantage that makes something difficult possible. So obviously, Manchester United were the favorites for this game, which means Newcastle United were the underdogs, and that's why this expression quite fits this situation because Newcastle United got a leg up, like an advantage in a situation that they it was actually against the odds that they would go 1-0 up. Yet they managed to score. So now it looks like their difficult situation might, you know, they might win in the end. So it's making this difficult situation, it's making it possible for them to win now. Yeah, they they have been given a leg up by that goal, a leg up. Okay. By the way, if you're wondering, for those of you who are watching me on YouTube, if you are wondering why I'm not putting the comments on the screen, I'm sorry, but that would be just too much. I'm multitasking like crazy here. I'm recording this on my Instagram. I'm recording this on my YouTube. I'm reading my notes. I can't possibly type. It's impossible. It's too much for me. Okay. I wish I could do that because that would be excellent. So I could write um, I could write it on the screen to give a leg up, right? It would be great. But sorry, it's just too much. Anyway, the second commentator, the co-commentator, because there are always two, described this as, oh, he said, "My word, unstoppable. Saint Maxima brings an X factor to Newcastle." Wow, so a lot of words here. So first of all, my word. If you say my word, you have to say it in this kind of intonation. It means something like, "Wow." That was something. That was amazing. My word. Saint Maxima brings an X factor. An X factor. How do I explain this one? An X factor. It's like something that makes something that brings something special into the team. Yeah, something that it's a unique thing that really helps you achieve your goals. Let's say in this case, yeah, it's an X factor. Something that makes you stand out. Something that really helps the team, and it's something that no one else has. An X factor. Okay. Here is Dala overcooking this one. So I can't exactly remember what happened there, but if you overcook something, you overcomplicate it. You know how sometimes a player thinks too much about what he or she is going to do, maybe makes the wrong decision. We can say that you overcook it. You overcook it. Yeah. So obviously this expression comes from cooking. If you overcook something, you cook it too long, and then it's no longer good, right? If you overcook your, I don't know, rice or something like that, yeah, it's like it doesn't taste really good, does it? So you can use it in football. If you overcook something, you kind of overcomplicate it. You just do too much. Yeah, you overthink it. Right. Newcastle dropped so many points from winning position. So this was like a warning, little warning that the commentators were giving to Newcastle after scoring their goal. They said Newcastle dropped so many points from winning positions, and it's simple because they concede so many goals. So if you drop points, to drop points means to lose points, yeah? And obviously Newcastle are, I think, in the relegation zone, so they really dropped a lot of points. But not only that, they dropped their points from winning positions. That means when they were winning, they were 1-0 up or 2-0 up or something, and then the opposition managed to equalize or even turn it round. So if you drop points from winning positions, it's a bad thing, because you need to try to see the game through. You need to try to hold on to the lead, right? But apparently Newcastle, well, according to the commentators, they drop a lot of points. They concede a lot of goals. So if you concede goals, that means to concede a goal means to it means that a goal is scored against you. Yeah. So if like basically in this match, Manchester United conceded one goal. Yeah. Newcastle so far conceded 0 goals. Got it? I think it's clear. A goalkeeper concedes a goal as well, right? When a goalkeeper concedes a goal, that means he or she keeps a clean sheet as well. Concedes zero. Did I say 0 goals? Yeah, I think I did, right? Yeah, when a goalkeeper doesn't concede any goals, he concedes a clean sheet. Okay, I hope I made that clear. Newcastle so on the front foot, winning personal battles. Okay, I love this one. So if you are on the front foot, it means you are outclassing someone. You are playing better than the opposition. Yeah, you are outmaneuvering your opponent. You have you're at an advantage over someone. Yeah. So if you're on the front foot, so at that point Newcastle were on the front foot, winning personal battles. So obviously, battle is an expression that comes from war, but we also use it in sports. So obviously, football is a team sport, and it's a team game, and you have to pass the ball to your teammates in order to make something happen. But there are also a lot of personal battles. So that's when a player goes against another player. I don't know. Sometimes we call it like a challenge, right? There is a challenge, and it could be a battle in the air when the players jump and try to head the ball, or any kind of battle, really. And personal battles. So it's like a player against player. Yeah. So Newcastle were fighting really, really well at that point. Ronaldo, he is looking for a pick out. A pick out. So this is a noun with a hyphen in the middle, but it comes from the phrasal verb to pick someone out, which means to choose from several options, choose from several alternatives. And if we say Ronaldo was looking for a pick out, that means Ronaldo was looking for his options, who he could pass the ball, right? He was looking for someone he could pass the ball to. I think when you say it like that, that suggests that he might not have succeeded. He probably failed, yeah, at this. So to look for a pick out. Javier Manquillo is one of the unsung heroes. That's a lovely expression that can be used not only in football. If you are an unsung hero, that means that you are underrated. It means you are one of the heroes of your team, but perhaps they don't sing songs about you. Often the heroes that people sing songs about are strikers or players that score a lot of goals or someone who is visible. Yeah. So I could give you another example. You know, Kante at Chelsea, he is an excellent player. And I think he's an unsung hero. So if you are an unsung hero, you are an underrated player. It means you have a lot of value, and people don't necessarily give you enough credit. People don't necessarily appreciate it enough. Yeah, to be an unsung hero. Hmm. He's a bit more like it. What? Sorry. It's a bit more like it from Manchester United. So um, at some point, Manchester United started to keep more possession. Yeah, started to play better, and then the commentator said, "It's more like it." So if you say something is more like it, it's an expression, it's an idiom. It means that's what we would expect from you. That's something we thought finally you're getting where you were supposed to be. It's more like it. Yeah. That's more like it. Okay. I hope that makes sense. John Joe Shelway's shot has one heck of a strike in his locker. I can't pronounce this name. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing this player's name. John Joe Shelways, something like that. He made a wonderful shot, and the commentator described it as a heck of a strike, and he also said that this player has a heck of a strike in his locker. So if you have something in your locker, that means that you it's one of your skills. It's in your skill set. This is one of the things you can do. You have the ability to strike from range, right? So it's a heck of a shot. That's also a heck of a strike. A heck of a something means like it's a hell of a strike. What a strike! An amazing strike, an excellent strike. That's another way to say an amazing strike, a heck of a strike. And John Joe Shelways has it in his locker. It means he is known for having this ability or skill to shoot from range. I would say too much posturing from Manchester United players when things are not going their way. Posturing, okay, so um, posture is like a body position, right? But it's also some another similar word is posing. I guess um, when there's a camera in front of you, you have to pose, right? You have to pose, kind of post. But in this case, if you're talking about football, posturing, it means behaving in a way that attracts attention. Um, so whenever they get kicked, for example, they will start attracting the referee's attention. They will pretend that they are really seriously injured, and they start throwing arms around, and sometimes when you do this too much, you get distracted, you lose the momentum. Yeah, you should focus on your game and just try to play well. But the commentator said that there's too much posturing from Manchester United players. I think this is often born out of frustration. When you're frustrated, when you're losing, like Manchester United are, then sometimes you resort to posturing. Yeah, so you behave in a way that attracts attention. You're sort of like you're trying to show, you're trying to make the referee believe that you've been fouled and all that. You feel like you've been mistreated or treated unfairly or something. Okay. Possession building up for Manchester United. So to build up is another phrasal verb. To build up means to increase gradually, yeah, slowly but surely. The possession that Manchester United are building up momentum, you could say as well, building up their possession. So they are increasing their possession gradually. Okay. Callum Wilson has put it in, but VAR will have a look. Well, Newcastle scored the second goal. However, it was ruled out for offside. This was a clear offside. And commentator said Callum Wilson has put it in. So if you put it in, obviously it is referring to the football, yeah. And if you put it in, it means you put it in the back of the net. You score, right? If you put it in, you score a goal, but VAR will have a look. They did have a look indeed, and the goal was ruled out. Speaking of Callum Wilson, unfortunately, he got injured just before the halftime. I think he probably either pulled or torn his calf muscle. It doesn't look too serious, but at first the crowd were really worried. Like there was silence in the crowd because Callum Wilson has a history of injuries, and even commentators said your heart is in your mouth, uh, particularly given his history with injuries. Yeah. So if your heart is in your heart is in your mouth, it means that you are worried or you are feeling nervous about something. Yeah. You could also be excited, but in this case, because we are talking about a player being potentially injured really badly, then it's like it's an expression used for a worry, or basically you're feeling a bit nervous about this. Oh, what if this injury, what if his injury is what if uh, his injury has come back, or what if he has a recurring injury? Your heart is in your mouth. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to explain here is the last words of the commentators that they said before the first half ended, or okay, just as the referee blew the whistle, the commentators said the first half has flung by. So you could say something goes by. It means like sort of like goes by. It's sort of how do I explain this? Fling, the verb to fling something means to throw something or to move quickly or something like that. If the first half flings by, it finishes quickly, like because it was so exciting, yeah, and I would say it was like a short period of enjoyment, basically, yeah, and it was too short and it flung by. That's how good the first half was. It just flung by. The verb is to fling. This is actually a phrasal verb, to fling by, an intransitive phrasal verb. Um, to fling by, fling, flung, flung, I believe. Yeah. So the first half has flung by. And this halftime show where I was talking about Newcastle United, Manchester United game has also flung by, and it's time for me to finish this recording. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget that you can also find this on YouTube now, hopefully. So as I said, I was recording onto two different platforms. So hopefully I made it work. Okay, let me know if you like these. And yeah, I definitely do enjoy talking to you about the vocabulary that the commentators used. I may have said this before, but actually, when I was studying as to become an English teacher at a university, in my last year, I had to write the thesis, the master's thesis, and the subject of my master's thesis was exactly this. Yeah, so 10 years later, I am getting back into it again, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it seems like I've come a full circle or something. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you soon.